Woke Nation, big question. Who still reads the papers? Well, we do. And we do it mostly because you don't have to once we tell you what's going on in the paper trail.
Yep, so we do our daily deep dive into the big newspaper stories. And joining us this morning, a social and political commentator, good friend of the show's, Tessa Dooms. Morning, Tessa.
Morning,
good to have you. So, the big story in all of the papers will start with The Star. The Star says troubles pile up for embattled Busisiwe. High Court grants Minister Gordhan interim relief, suspends Mkhwebane's remedial action.
This one I've got to hold up, right? The Citizen, asking a simple question. Why does Busi get it so wrong? And I suppose you've got to ask yourself the same question now.
True.
What's up, what?
The Business Day also leading with court rules against Mkhwebane yet again, but also important, small little story there as well, we'll get to later. Investors stunned as Mabuza appointed acting Eskom CEO. That's another big story from yesterday. The Sowetan Mkhwebane's Monday Blues, yet another court lashes public protector for nonsensical, vague, contradictory and inexplicable remedial actions. Yikes.
Tessa, where do we start?
We start at the point where we ask ourselves, why are we still here? Why are we now sitting with the PP saying she's going to take up this for appeal? That, you know, we're going to go in circles here for a while, especially because this is an interdict ruling. And I think it shouldn't be as big as it is. I think the judge did, as the PP says, went a bit more than what she was asked to do. She started speaking about the merits of the case,
yes,
but she didn't rule on the merits of the case, and that's really, really important. So I wonder if there's any need or any reason why, number one, the interdict was opposed in the first place, but why are we going to continue this battle when really the meat and bones of this issue are not being addressed yet?
And so I guess that is the nub of the topic, right? Because now, when you look at it, people like Public Protector, Minister of Public Enterprises, Pravin Gordhan, then come out and say, you see, based on this now, I now feel that the current Public Protector has a vague understanding of the law, if anything at all, right? And I guess you can feel vindicated somewhat, depending on which side you're on. So if you're on the PP side, you feel like, oh no, we're being hard done by, the judiciary is captured. If you're on Pravin Gordhan's side, you feel vindicated, like, yeah, we told you shouldn't have stepped down because, as you can see, this PP doesn't know what they're talking about. But when the ruling comes out and it sort of makes, let's not say it says statements, right, about the validity of the case and the matter at hand, as opposed to just ruling on an interdict. Is that a problem for you or not?
It's a bit of a problem for me, just in the fact that it preempts too much.
Yes.
And it tries to say to the next court that needs to rule on the substance of the matter that there's already a legal opinion that has been put out into the public domain. And I can understand that the PP is aggrieved about that. But also, the PP and the EFF have something to account for in terms of the kind of case that they put forward last week. And if you remember the PP's lawyers going on and on and on about the language that was used in Pravin Gordhan's affidavit and the ways in which it made the PP feel, the ways in which it spoke against the office of the PP or the dignity of the office of the PP, it didn't really go to the merits of why this interdict was harmful. And with the EFF, they focused on, and I think this is the most important question from last week's judgment or last week's deliberations, was what can the president do in terms of disciplining his cabinet? And the EFF was saying, well, he can do something. He can, you know, start a process. He can at least investigate it. But no one came up with a compelling answer to that question that said, if the president did act, would Pravin Gordhan be unfairly disadvantaged? We don't have the answer to that yet, and I don't even think the judgment has taken us any further on that question, and that's the nub of the issue.
Very quickly, yes or no, before we move on to today in politics. Is insulting the public protector illegal?
Is?
Insulting the public protector.
Absolutely.
Yes. The PP Act says so as well.
Insulting? Just saying you're not
Well,
a nice
I mean,
person.
the office itself, so I guess you'd need to test what that insult is, but disparaging a Chapter 9 institution like the PP's office is not, that's not okay. And it was one of the arguments they tried to make last week, but again, it got lost in feelings.
Which is what they should have made. But anyway, that's now a story for another day.